So ndoyaiva Zimbabwe yacho. So those missionary activities in Zimbabwe spanned from 1850 to 1900. So Chimedza is a young man who was born on 15 February 1994 in Mutare. I grew up in a township called Dangamvura, and I had my primary education at Rujeko Primary School. Then I proceeded for my high school at Dangamvura High School, from at which I learned from Form 1 to 6. Then after Form 6, I excelled just like many other students, or just like any other determined young person in the ghetto. I excelled, but due to the fact that I grew up as an orphan, I couldn't proceed to tertiary level. So I came to Harare. My uncle took me in. That was around 2013. Then up to this day, I was just scavenging in and around Harare, to an extent that I have the world discovering me in such a way. So I worked in some backyard, in some informal and backyard colleges. That was in 2014. In 2015, I once worked at a car sale. Then, due to that passion of teaching, because I think it's genetic, it runs in the family. I have my aunties. They were veteran teachers in their own rights. They had been in the service for over 4 decades. So I think it just ran into the family. Then I went back to teaching. That was in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. From 2016 to 2019, I was working for Mexico Solutions Group of Schools. But when the COVID-induced lockdown was imposed by the government, I had to settle at home. That's when I promoted my WhatsApp learning platform on my own. I opened it in 2019. I opened it in 2019, but it was just a matter of helping students from around the country. I just created a group, then spread the link on WhatsApp, spread the link on Facebook. So many students joined. Then I helped them with some examination tips. Then they excelled, but I couldn't claim the results, because they were at their own schools. You cannot, if, for example, if a tea operator at OK would make the best sales at a certain day, he or she cannot post on social media that I have sold 10,000 units today. No. It belongs to OK. You get the sense. I could not claim the results at that time. So, but I was helping them to the extent that they also came and thanked, and also invited others. That was the start of 2020. So when the lockdown was imposed in early 2020, I already had some students. Then they began to call each other. So all along I was doing this thing for free, even voluntarily, even up to this day. Even if you could hear my charges, that someone is getting an A and he's paying 10 US per subject. It's something which is shocking. It's more or less like I'm doing it for free, but it's for the passion. So in 2020, the parents said, no, you are occupying the students. You are doing a wonderful job. We want to pay you. Those who could pay, I had a lot of students, more than 100. But those who could pay full monies, they were less than 10. The rest they could pay any amount of their own, so that they could help me. You get this? And I had about 30 students I helped for free. 30 students I helped for free. One of the girls had 12 points. She was from a child marriage. She's now studying law at Zimbabwe at Ezekiel Guti University. So at the start of 2020, I began to formalize the system. It's like I came up with the timetables, because people are used to be dilly-dallying on WhatsApp. They are used to be socializing, chatting with their buddies, chatting with their parents. So I came up with the timetables. So you would know that even if you would be having fun with someone on the phone, you know that Dr. Maxx is going to have a lesson at 10 o'clock. You get the sense. So coming up with the timetables, formalize the thing. Then from there, I began to run a school system on a phone. We began to have even career guidance, helping the students, even enlisted the service of some of my some teachers, some female teachers who could help me to assist the girls. And when I would get some money, I would buy some sanitary pads for the girls as well, because the largest number of my clientele was from the rural areas. Shamva, Masvingo, Ameno Mwenezi, kwana mpino wasotoka mvudzi yadhura, kwana mvudzi yati me, kwana chembere dzagumana, you know, pekutoti munhu kana achida kunyora assignment anombonda kumboenda kwagogo ndokunobata network pamusoro pegomo, something like that. So that's what I faced. So I came up with the lessons, right? Then how I deliver those lessons, I think it's a thing that even the world would like to know. I use audio lessons, right? I use audio lessons. It's like the phone is a recorder, right? That recording app, I use it to record the full lesson using the syllabus and the notes and the textbooks. I also use textbooks in PDF format. I also use notes. I also use WhatsApp format typed notes. Those that appear like those simple WhatsApp messages. Yes, those they are the same ones that I also used. So it's like I have an online library. It's a mobile school. It's a mobile school, and it's very cheap in the sense that there are no uniforms to talk of. There's no much stationery to talk of. So I came up with WhatsApp lessons and with a timetable. We had assignments. Then we also had speed tests. In which I will be testing their speed and accuracy for the exams. You know, one of the major aspects when you are dealing with the candidates is the simple fact that they have to master the concept of time. So I also prepared them for that. Then mainly, since the schools were shut, I came up with the mid-year exams. Mid-year exams, full papers, 3 hours. And the parents also helped me on the side. I also told them that I came up with a timetable even 6 weeks before, and told the parents that don't send the students on that day. Would be occupied and doing the work, and they would help me on the day. They would even stop some visitors to come. They will be telling that they are visitors, that it's in the lockdown. The student is going to write Dr Max's exam. So I had that chance to assess them for the final exam, because you know, before the writing of the final exams, that system of second year exams helps the teachers to ascertain whether or not the students are really prepared. So that system helps the teachers to know the capabilities of the students, to an extent that from August, September, they will be fixing those problems if they would have been gotten from the exams, you know. Yeah. So that's what I also did. June, July, we wrote mid-year exams. August, September, I was molding my people up until when they wrote in December, and that's what I got up to this day. I had 41 A's. Advanced level. Ask any A-level teacher that 5 A's is no anywhere. Ask any advanced level teacher. Kuti pakanzi padzidziswa pachikoro chaipo 5 ma A yeku A level anowanikwa. Ini pachikoro pandaidzidza in 2012. Tatingori 5 chetu angoine ma A, but my teacher is one of the best. So getting 41 A's at advanced level is it's ridiculous. That's why it's making the headlines. Yeah, that's my story. Yeah.
So say, what is Dr. Maxx? What is your aim in doing this?
My aim mainly is to empower the girl child. The reason why I like or love the girl child is because I'm the only boy in the family. Out of about 5 sisters, I lost 1 sister in 2011, so I'm left with 4 sisters. So I have this love and passion towards the girl child, to an extent that if you look at my enrollments, about 80% of my students are the girls, right? So that's the major aim. That's why I also talked to you about the sanitary pads and stuff. So I usually want to help the girl child and even the boys who are serious. Because the other problem that I find it so smooth working with the girls is the girls are obedient. They know that they are vulnerable. If they fail, it will take a landslide. Their life will be wayward and stuff. So they hold on to education. Unlike boys, I faced the torrid times. Pama problems and don't ndakasanga now ekuti bana avasikunyora basa avasikuita say boys, you know. I'm 27 years old. Boys, my students, my 18, 19, anenge achitondoona say his own brother, you know. Yeah, so, but pane vangu vanonga vari serious. But what I discovered is vasikana vanoteerera. Vasikana vanoteerera. So inini nyaya iripo pakuti vanhu vapase, haisi nyaya yekuti I'm intelligent or some of the students are intelligent. It's all about discipline. Discipline is the most important thing. That's why you see that in the boarding schools, they have the highest pass rates. Why? Because most of those boarding schools are run by churches. And you know, in a Christian environment, there is great discipline, you know. So that's what I also imparted, and that's what I also saw in girls, great discipline. And some boys as well. I'm not painting a black brush, or I'm not putting a straight jacket approach on that issue, but some boys were serious as well. And it was a matter of discipline. Because one Chinese proverb says that teachers open doors, but you enter by yourself. So it's not me who makes the student pass. Dr. Maxx is already a genius. So you don't know to uzive. What you're supposed to do is just to listen to my instructions. Just as simple as that. If you don't listen, you will fail. If you listen, you will not fail. So the destiny is in your own hands. So the age of the students that I deal with also is also a contributing factor. You are dealing with someone with 18 years or even with 16 years, a candidate, someone who is mature. You can tell to that person that this is your life, do this and do that. You are going to the university next year, motivating. Dr. Maxx didn't go to the university, but I want you to go to the university. So, boom, that's it. I had 2 15-pointers on the phone. I cried with joy. Honestly. I had been teaching, but helping, contributing for students to get a 15 points. History, FRS, Shona. It's I cried. I even posted the video on Facebook. While I was weeping. It was such a marvelous experience. So that's how it is.
And for those abroad, Dr. Maxx,
yes,
who are watching from abroad,
yes,
beyond, who may be interested in helping out,
yes,
what is it you want that can help you to help more?
Just give you what? No, I just don't want to be treated like sort of like a charity case. No, I just want simple things. You know, my phone here is a 32 gig phone. It's shocking. In fact, I bought it in December. I started using a Samsung Grand Neo Plus in a battery, not a removable battery. 8 gig memory. Then of a bigger phone. I'm a Samsung fan. If I would get those Note Chakadaro S20, something with 256 gig. And this feat was achieved through teaching A-level students mainly. But since I'm now enjoying a paper page throughout the whole world and in Zimbabwe, I would like to fully embrace the Form 1s and the Form 4s, and in an effective way, if I would get a laptop or a computer, then a printer, so that I can print out some of the assignments, something which I'm thinking, I'm creating in my mind. If I would get a printer so that I can print out and mark with the red pen, then I can send it to my photo Munotonachi, then they will see their mark. So that's what I'm expecting. So 3 things mainly: a bigger phone, a laptop, and a printer. A laptop and a printer is for me to accommodate the lower level, because it's so hard to mark work for the Form 1s and the Form 4s, because they also need the red pen. I have some, and I'm just compromising for the sake of compromising. Otherwise, it's very easy for me to mark an A-level essay. Why? It will be sent just like in pictorial form. I'll just assess it with my eyes, then I can make an audio. You found 18 out of 25, you have to fix your paragraphing, make sure that you use exemplification, use dates, use verses when you're writing in Krishatnit. There's no FRS essay without verses, something like that. I'll be just marking and giving the comments. So for the lower levels, I would need those things. Of course, I'm an A-level specialist. I might have many students from the A level side, but the parents are saying no, we want you for the Form 1s, we want you for the Form 2s, we want you for the Form 3s, we want you for the Form 4s. Of course, I have some students now, but my marking is very tough. I'm marking, yes, it's effective, but it's not that effective. So if I would get a printer and a laptop, maybe I'm making rounds in Earth. After that, I will be making rounds in Mars or Neptune or Jupiter, in the other planets in the world. After that, if I would have gotten that. If I would get even a bigger phone, tell me 41A is just something which is small. I'll push to 80 or to 90.
Excellent. We salute you, Dr. Maxx.
Yes.
And once again, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity from your precious time.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. God bless you richly.
Thank you very much, and you're welcome.